Starting broadcast. This Hangouts on air is live. Okay, so according to my Google Hangouts, I've got something's happening. Look, it's just a delay. Now I'm live. Yes, I've been live this whole time, which means you've heard me rambling to myself. How embarrassing. So, what I want to do, I'm live. Yes, I've been live this whole time. Okay, so right now we're just seeing my Photoshop window. Also, let's see, how do I share this stream link? I want to get some friends here with me in chat. Right now we're just seeing my Photoshop. Can I? All right, I'm sorry. Anyone who might be watching this right now, please understand this is my first time ever trying this. So, um, I don't know what I'm doing. 1 second. Okay, so I'm streaming now through Google Hangouts, right? I want to add to my Discord the link to my Watch Me Work stream. Would I take the URL for this page, maybe? Also, I would like to add my... Let's see. All right, sorry guys, I'm just trying to call for reinforcements. Someone in chat who can like tell me if it's working, if it's looking good, if it's sounding good, etc. So I just gotta put this link in a couple places and hope some people arrive. You lag. I think I'm in now. Oh yeah, dude, you're chatting with me. Can you hear my? Can you hear me? I am chatting. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, but you cannot see me, right? Because I have to like figure out how to. I think through Google Hangouts, I can just technically I should be able to just like switch back and forth, but I don't know how. It's all very confusing. Um. All right, so forgive me while I just like. What? Okay, so now can you see me? Maybe. Okay, so there's me, right? Ah, there I am. There should be a way to do both, though. Like, you should be able to see me and Photoshop, right? Doesn't that just make sense? Like, why would I want it to be one or the other? How do I do, like, a webcam overlay or something? It's not trash, it's recycling. Damn it. Yeah, I think this is gonna honestly be weird if it's like... Whoa, not what I meant to do. That was weird. Yeah, I think it might just. That was kind of cool, right? But not really what I wanted. So this sucks. I think it might just be the kind of thing where I'm like gonna have to just deal with the fact that it's only Photoshop and no like webcam. Kind of makes me feel like I'm not really live streaming. I'm gonna turn on some music. Maybe you can tell me if my voice to music ratio is okay. So yeah, sorry anybody who might be like here right now. This is really just me figuring out what the heck all this is. What I really want to do is get a webcam going in the corner over my Photoshop window. That would be cool, I think. Anyway, maybe someone who has used Watch Me Work or knows how to use it can pop in and tell me, you know, if there's a way to do that or if I'm barking up the wrong tree and maybe that's just not something you do on this platform. I feel like personally having the webcam and the screen capture is like a pretty common function of streaming. Like people want to see the person who's talking. They also want to see what they're working on, right? Huh. I wonder also. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm not trying to like be super delayed in in what I'm doing. I'm not trying to take extra time, but I am just trying to figure it out as I go. Let me do some LSD, then you should do that again. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just a little. I'm a little bummed. Why would I only be able to do one or the other? All right, so I don't really need Discord open. Do I honestly? Do I need this whole freaking preview just to like see my own chat? I guess we'll see how Photoshop handles it. Anyway, I am still a little early. I'm not even supposed to start until 1, so it's 1:50. So I feel like I've got like 7 more minutes of dicking around, right? Stream live offline? What? Wait, am I not streaming anymore? Did I like turn it off somehow? Yes, this is so freaking confusing. I need to like also close some windows here. What am I doing? All right, so that's my Google Hangouts window. There's my chat. You're still live? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't want to be annoying about that. but I just have no idea what I'm doing. It's a conundrum. Broadcast the large video that I see to my friends and audience and hide the other video feeds. No. Broadcast settings. Show or hide participants with this button. I don't want to hide anyone. I want to show me. Why? What did I just do? Did I fuck it up? I fucked it up, didn't I? Oh god, I messed it up. I'm still okay? Okay. Weird. Add apps. Ah, there are extensions. Hangout Toolbox. Several apps to improve your Hangout. Lower third volume, meme face, Ring Central. Hangouts allow conference Hangouts, small single. I wonder if this is something that I could do while streaming. Eh. You know, I guess if I had like whatever, I'm just gonna draw. I'll look up more about using Google Hangouts when I'm not streaming. I don't want my whole stream to just be staring at me not doing anything. So wait, you can still see me for sure? Because like I have a white screen open in Photoshop. It doesn't look like you guys can't see my work, can you? Oh, weird. You can see my mouse moving around, but not the screen that I'm looking at. Okay, so maybe that's not the best setting to be on. Maybe I should change it. Yeah, because you can't even see what I'm doing. That's really weird. Why wouldn't you be able to see what I'm doing? I guess I'll just change to a different view. Screen one, share. There we go. Now you can at least see my screen. You still can't see me, which is kind of a bummer. Also, you can see more of my screen than I need you to, which is kind of a bummer. I think I'm just really... Rouge Rogue, hey, how are you? So, yeah, I'm totally new to this, and it's using Google Hangouts, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so... bear with me. This is like... It's really confusing. And I want to have, like, a little, webcam monitor or something, like, so that you can see me, but I don't know how to do that and be streaming this at the same time. Like, there's no clear, like, I thought it would be automatic or something. I don't know. I've never really used Google Hangouts that much. The only times I really have is when other people invited me to their Hangouts. Why the heck doesn't my hotkey for friggin' pencil work? It's weird. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do a little weird friggin' Tracy Krampus thing happening. It's gonna be weird. This is gonna be like one of the weirder things that I've done. I'm probably just gonna do I'm scheduled to stream for an hour today, starting at 1. It's 1 o'clock now. Um, so this is probably just gonna be like a short experimental stream. I really appreciate you guys like being here though, because it's really weird to like try and do something like on a completely different software from what I'm used to. And I feel like if I wasn't used to OBS, this would probably be a lot more straightforward. But because I'm used to OBS, I'm like trying to figure out things that don't really exist here necessarily, or I don't know if they exist here or not. So I picture like Tracy like popping into the room and being like ha 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 with her hands on her hips. The other cool thing about having my webcam in my feed is that I can look at myself for reference. Whereas like I just don't have webcam right now. It's either screen sharing or webcam, and that just seems like weird. There's got to be an extension or something for Google Hangouts that I'm supposed to like install to have a webcam overlay. And I know a lot of Google software is like very much about, you know, the extensions. That sounds like what Discord does with video chat. You can only have your screen share or your cam, not both. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's kind of a bummer, right? Like, I don't know that I like that. But it, like I said, I mean, it could very much be the kind of thing where, like, for Discord, that might come out next week. Or maybe Discord isn't doing that because they don't want to be seen as a competitor with the live stream programs, you know what I mean, that they work for. Like, I think Discord is as big as it is because people who stream use it. So they might intentionally be not doing that. Whereas, like, Google, I feel like, is all about the extensions. I think they have a very big, like, department that just makes extensions, and other people make extensions for Google, like developers, whatever. So I think, like, probably for Google, I'm going to go ahead and guess that if there's a way to do it, I probably have to install an extension to my Google to make it do that or something weird. And I just don't want to be like sitting here trying to figure that out while I'm streaming. You know what I mean? Like, it feels unprofessional. Um, and some of it might just be options that just don't exist on this platform, and I just have to get used to that, and that's fine. That's fair. Things can be different. Different isn't always bad. Skype, you have both. Yeah, yeah, it's true, but Skype is really a clunky program. For me anyway, like suffering from a computer that's a little, long in the tooth. I notice it really hard that Skype like can really just take over all of your computer, all of your available resources, and just run them into the ground. And then you try doing like, Photoshop on top of running Skype, like when you're already, maxing out your resources, and your computer, well, my computer is just like, you know, wah wah wah. That's what happens for me. So I want this to be a very like bravada stance, like just over exaggerated, the way like a kid would jump into the room and stand in like a power stance, and it's just like, kids before their ego is all bruised by like socialization tend to be very, very hammy in a way that adults aren't. And I think there's something about that innocence that's really fun. And I want to like give Tracy that as much as possible when I draw her. Like that just like super hammy childlike behavior, even though like a lot of Tracy Queen is very adult and very not PG-13 and very like not safe for work. To me, it's always been important that I think like, you know, sex positive feminism, like especially, should be able to look at the fact that like sexiness doesn't have to be this dirty thing, which is cool. Like sometimes, people want it to be a dirty thing, and that's fine. That's fun. But it can also be like a wonderful and innocent, like fun thing. And you know what I mean? Like sex can be, or sexiness, and, can be like a clean kind of thing. It can be. It can be innocent. It can be like not a bad thing, not a dirty thing, not a shameful thing. Um, so I think like even though I'm doing this comic, which is very much like an adult kind of theme, it's not pornographic. I mean, everything in Tracy Queen is pretty censored and pretty teen. I mean, it's definitely rated R, but it's not X-rated. It's not like she, the character, is a porn star, but the comic doesn't have porn in it. You know, um, I don't know. I'm just rambling. That's what I do, right? Especially since I don't have a webcam on, I feel like extra like I have to ramble to like have a presence. I don't know. It's weird, right? I feel like pressure to like ramble now. Whereas like with a webcam, I can at least do some like, hey, here's my face. Look, I'm being expressive or something. I don't know. Even if that's not true, it's just a feeling. Like feel compelled to like keep the air thick. People either get their egos busted and they become big-headed idiots, or their egos drop down into the gutter. Right? Exactly. Exactly. So like, you haven't used Skype in months and I force it to close anyway. Yeah. I always force it to close. When Skype works, it works really well. It's a little bit greedy of a program. Like it almost requires you to have a brand new computer, you know, which for some people is fine, but for the majority of human beings on the planet, it is not an option. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just fact. Like the majority of human beings on this planet cannot have a new computer. It's not in the cards for them. Um, so it's just it's a little like elitist in its use of resources, I think. So like whenever I try to do like a group call on Skype, there's always like one person or two people in the group that like just can't connect, and they have to update but they can't update, and like it's just a shit show. It's fine if you're talking to one other person, but like once you try to do a group call, it's like really, unless everyone has brand new computers, it's gonna be a shit show. Skype became an issue for me when I started streaming, so yeah, I needed more processor room. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It just, and I don't understand why. That's the weird thing. Like, it should be mostly like GPU, like, but for some reason, if you look at your processes when you're running Skype, Skype does like 15 different processes that are like mystery processes. I'm like, what are you doing? The only thing you should be doing is like encoding my webcam and my mic. That's it. But you're like all up in my computer. You're up in my grill. Someone explain this to me. I need an adult. It is, right? Oh god, paranoia is real. I'm not paranoid. They're really spying on me. You'd be paranoid too if they were spying on you. Ah. So that that thing that I posted, the link to here on Discord, you just followed that and it worked, right? It just brought you right to my chat. There was nothing crazy or weird about it. I'm gonna try sending it to another buddy or two. I know Rename Card uses Google Hangouts a lot more than me. So he might know a few things about like if there's a way to get an overlay with my webcam as well. J squared, pow! Here's rogue. J squared. Fancy. What is this? Oh, fancy. So this is through Google Hangouts to YouTube, which is interesting. It's a little like I felt like it was a little DIY in my setup, but then again, I mean, as if Twitch isn't like I have to like install and completely set up and modify OBS to stream on Twitch. So like it's not any less simple. No, this is not through OBS. This is just directly through Google Hangouts. It's weird. I bet so, but so cool. I think OBS streams on the YouTubes if you are live on YouTube. So vanilla Jayel. Yeah, this is like straight up feels strange, man. Right? This is as vanilla as it gets. You're just hearing my voice and seeing my freaking monitor capture. Yeah, so the thing is, inherently, my options are capture my left monitor, capture my right monitor, or capture just a specific program window. So I tried to do like, oh, what happens if I capture just Photoshop? Only instead of capturing what I'm working on in Photoshop, it just captured the main program window of Photoshop. So you couldn't even see my document, which I was like, why the hell would that be an option? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you could see Photoshop, but not the document that I'm working on in Photoshop. That's freaking weird. So that's no good. So right now, the best thing that I could think of was to capture my monitor that Photoshop is open in, and no bots, right? Oh, I missed Nightbot already. So yeah, I could stream to YouTube through OBS, but this is going through um, Google Hangouts to YouTube to watch me work. So it's like an extra step. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm excited to check out this platform and see what it's like, see what it does. I hate being a noob at things, like I hate not knowing what I'm doing and like being like, oh, I gotta figure this out. Sorry, guys. Like just that feeling. I'm like, oh God, get good, Jayel. You scrub, You subbed? What? Looks cool. So what does that mean? Does that just sub you to my YouTube, or like, are you now just like following my Watch Me Work account for when I go live? Like, I don't even know I know nothing about this platform other than like that I'm using it right now. And I feel really bad because like I should have done my homework, but I just have been so psychotically busy that like the fact that I'm here at all feels like a victory, you know? Pretend I'm subbing. Let me pretend. Hey, you know what's awesome about this? I could like totally not shower and not comb my hair and like I could like look like a bigger scrub than you can ever even imagine. And it doesn't matter because you can't see me. I could be making funny faces at you, you guys. You could be like sticking my tongue out at you guys right now. Wait, you shower? Yeah, I do. I have a little. You might not know this about me, but I am a little bit of a rooster. You know, like I have that like peacock sensibility where I'm like everything has to be just right. You know, and if it's not, I like feel shame. You know, like I want to go like hide. I guess we call that a little bit of a frail ego. You know, I'm also like a little bit of an extrovert, even though I've been living an introverted lifestyle. Like personality wise, at my core, I'm an extrovert. Like I need other people's opinions to validate me. You know, like it's just part of my wiring. Um, so like, you know, I don't know. I can use OBS. Oh, bummed. All your qualities are now gone. What do you mean, my qualities? And you're not a scrub? Wait, you shower and you're not a scrub? What? My only qualities were that I didn't shower and that I was a scrub. And now that you found out that I'm not a scrub and that I shower, you hate me now? Yeah, so I got like a quick start guide from the person who invited me to stream here, and it was like, do this, then do this, then do this. Now you're connected. Um, I didn't see. There was nothing in the like FA. There's nothing in the quick start tutorial about how to about using OBS or anything like that. They made it seem like it was all just through what do you call it? Google Chat. Google Chat. Google. Sometimes I feel like I sound funny when I say Google. 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 Because I have no webcam right now, you guys can't see how funny that was. Google. Google. Hope it at least sounds funny. Are you not entertained? So I want to make her like really doing this like ha 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 kind of, you know, like cheesy like laughter grin, you know, just like kind of a little like shit eating, like, come on, man. Damn it, Tracy. I guess I'd be full of myself too if I were you. Oh, you know. Yuki, howdy. So Yuki, I'm currently testing out a new, well, new to me anyway, this new platform, Watch Me Work. And it's right now I'm using it through Google Hangouts, and I guess that was my first mistake. I should have figured out how to connect OBS to it, but I didn't. So because I'm using it through Google Hangouts, I don't have any of my like overlay or my webcam or anything like that, which is kind of a bummer. Nothing in the FAQ makes any sense. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. I was like, maybe I'm just like overwhelmed right now and I'm like in too much of a rush to like understand what's going on here. But I feel like this could be a little simpler. And that's always the hardest part with any like startup or venture. You know what I mean? It requires, if you're going to compete with already established people that everyone is using, and there's a million tutorials on how to stream on other services, like you really have to make it like idiot proof, like otherwise it's just gonna be, people are gonna be like, why would I do that? Why am I gonna go through the mess of figuring this out when there's already something else that I don't have to figure out? And that's not a critique. That's just me actually trying to commiserate. Like it's commiserating with a startup. It's really freaking hard to like be new and be like, all right, cool, we got to make this something that everyone can understand. How do we do that? Because if it's not idiot proof, you're the amount of people that are going to actually do it is just, it's constantly diminishing. You know, did I just hear J squared?
Yeah,
Are you in Google Hangouts right now?
I am, dude. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you guys hear J squared? Is it weird? Oh, weird. Is it going to switch to you every time you talk?
Oh, that's weird.
All right, so I think I have an option to turn that off. I think.
Ignore.
Because we're going to give everyone seizures if I don't stop that. That's not okay. So.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think no matter what, because I'm using Google Hangouts, J squared is either hidden from broadcast or going to pop up every time he talks. There's got to be a way to split the screen, though. What a bummer. Sorry, J2. You can hear him? Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? That's not, I guess that's not the way to go. I think the thing to do is for, if I'm going to stream here again next week, would be to like figure out how to do it through OBS. And then if I want to have anyone else chatting with me, I can do that through Discord. Cool thing is, if I can do this through OBS, then I can keep my normal like overlays and stuff. Well, that was interesting. Sorry, dude. So I feel like I made her torso a little on the big side. Granted, I want to have her in a Krampus suit, so maybe that's good. Actually, yeah, let's. Right now, I'm just getting her anatomy down. It's kind of. And this is supposed to be a cheeky piece. Like, it's supposed to be funny, so I'm not really, like, too worried about it being. I want it to look good, but I don't want it to look, like, very serious. I mean, obviously, who doesn't want something they're working on to look good? That's probably goes without saying. I just meant like I'm not going for like serious illustration right now. I'm going for comedy. It's more important right now is the comedy. So yeah, I'm excited to see what I can do on this service using OBS. That'll be really cool. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream here every Monday. They said that if I stream a minimum of an hour a week for like the next, 6 to 9 weeks, I might become a featured streamer. So like the idea is that as this site gets bigger and grows, like I'll be in it from the ground up kind of thing. I mean, I never heard of this before. The founder of the actual company wrote to me directly and was like, "Hey, you got cool stuff. Like he was following my Instagram or whatever, and was like, you want to come stream on our platform?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And I don't know, like maybe he wrote to like 15,000 people and said that. I have no idea. But it's worth a shot, and it's always fun to check out something new, and it's definitely cool to be like, yeah, let's see if this is a really cool platform, and we're all like part of it now. Like we'll be part of it while it's getting big, and then when it's already big, we'll be like the OG, you know, the OG squad. Like, psh, I knew about Watch Me Work before it was cool. I mean, maybe it's already cool. I have no idea. It seems cool, but that's not what I mean. I mean popular. Might be popular too. I have no idea what their numbers are. Pretty much live with my head in the sand, so more complicated than Twitch, but that's because more people use Twitch. They have so many more videos on it. Yeah, I think so. You realize that the music is only heard through your mic. Oh, that's a bummer. That's really weird. Yeah, I got it. I definitely got to use OBS. Google Hangouts is bullshit compared to OBS, like for streaming. It's basically like if you really don't know what you're doing, you can just use Google Hangouts and just connect with the push of a couple of buttons. Um, the fact that I'm using it is kind of like, come on, Draco, really? You could be using OBS right now? You just didn't bother to read? What's wrong with you, man? Like, pissed at myself. But to be honest, I just got the, you know, quick start and figured that that was the extent of my options. I didn't think, like, oh, the quick start is probably like the how to connect for dummies. Maybe there's like more to it than this. Not for dummies. I didn't mean that to be like mean. I just meant, the simpler version, like when you don't have time to think about it. But also, I think, before trying any bells and whistles, it's probably a good idea for me to even see if I like this because I don't have time to like figure out a new thing. I really just don't have time. But I do have time for making art because that's a priority. So if I'm making art here and it's like art that I'm going to be making anyway, why not? Says you can, but it doesn't explain how. Ah! Of course, maybe they don't really know how. They're like, yeah, that's theoretically possible. Good luck. So basically, I'm going to put her in like a gorilla suit with horns. And then my plan is to have Nikola standing, like looking at her, like just dropping his shit, like what the fuck? Like Nikola's gonna be dressed like a little Christmas elf, like holding like a box of the glass Christmas tree ornaments, and like they're just gonna be spilling out of the box and like breaking on the floor, and he's just gonna be staring at her with his mouth open, like, why are you so creepy? Why are you so insane? I just don't know if I want her other hand to also be on her hip, or if I want her other hand to be like holding like a sack slung over her shoulder for putting naughty kids in, like the whole Krampus thing, right? There are two other people live on this site, so this is a new thing. Is she going to be dressed as a monster? Yes, Yuki. Krampus is a scary monster that's supposed to basically scare children into behaving well on Christmas. So she's not going to be scary because she's Tracy. It's going to be kind of funny that she's dressed as something that's usually supposed to be scary, but she's not scary, so that's kind of why it's funny. Like, it'd be like if you dressed up as a scary monster, but made it cute. You know, like it would be funny that you're not being a scary version of something that's scary. The best way I could explain it is like the same way a lot of people really like when there's a scary version of something that's not supposed to be. This is going to be a not scary version of something that is supposed to be scary. So this is like the opposite, if that makes sense. So yeah, she'll be a monster, but she'll be like a funny monster because she's Tracy. Why is there a Christmas monster? It's a cultural thing that there's just in some countries that's what they have. It's their way of keeping their kids well behaved is to scare them into thinking that a Christmas monster will come and get them if they don't behave well. German Santa, yeah. He's the evil brother of Santa. Right, right. Like like Mario's Wario. He's Santa's Krampus. Krampus is to Santa as Wario is to Mario. Basically, in a nutshell. Pitch. All right. I'm like, I should be not spending too much time on the anatomy because, like I said, she's gonna be wearing this crazy Krampus outfit. This is like a little picture. He's actually kind of cute. I think. I think he's cute. It's just a nice old guy who eats lots of cookies. Yeah, that's true. Santa is kind of better, huh? Dude, Santa stalks kids, breaks into private property, eats your food, and if he likes you enough, he leaves you gifts. He's creepy. Um, yeah, he just presents jolly, you know? And I think honestly, presenting jolly is a big enough difference. Really. Okay, so let's say she's wearing these like have you guys ever seen those horse hoof shoes. Usually people wear them for pony play. I'm imagining Tracy has a nice, probably handmade pair of them for other purposes, probably for pony play purposes. And she's like, "Oh, this will go great on my Krampus costume." And then she like puts on some old, faux fur coat that she has, and puts on some like green makeup, and probably the big furry legs will be like furry chaps or something, right? Oh, it's a fat dude breaking into my home. No matter what he offers as gifts, Santa leaves gifts. He can have all the food he wants. I'm totally only okay with great gifts in exchange for cookies. Totally okay with great. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, dude, bring me like a freaking new computer, and I will give you all the cookies. I will leave my key under the mat. Like, you don't even have to break in. We're cool. So a little bit of my anatomy is kind of wonky, and I'm gonna fix it up with liquify. Again, I'm just kind of in the design sketches stage right now because I don't really know, what exactly I want this character to be. I don't have it sketched out first the way I often do when I'm like doing something new. But I know Tracy, I know her character, I know her anatomy. Like she's in my head. I don't need to. Maybe I can just, rough it out while I'm working on it. I guess whether or not I succeed or fall flat on my face will be revealed momentarily. So I think the idea is that they're like big, poofy, furry pants, right? Maybe her knees exposed, and I think they're kind of like chaps. Because if I know Tracy, she wants everything to be really cute too. She wants to show off her rockin' bod, because that's her style. Like everything she does is like just a little on the sexy side, like because that's her personality. Except for when she's like talking with food in her mouth, and that's kind of ironic, and that's the humor there, is that like people like fawn over her, but like she actually is kind of like a slob and in a lot of ways, and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of funny. She doesn't do all of like the societal things that you're supposed to do. And that's kind of what makes her so special and successful and in her career quest, whatever. My parents give me the best gifts. Our logic is those who want Santa in their kids' life shouldn't make the better gifts from Santa, but have them from the parents, so kids learn to appreciate their parents, not some folktale, right? Krampus raids my undies. Santa has reindeer who can fly, so he wins. All of my Christmas gifts always from Santa. I still appreciate my parents. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. There's so many different ways to think about it, right? So a little furry vest. Maybe furry sleeves that are like just attached, like hanging. It's just the weirdest outfit ever. Basically, I think she's going to be a sexy Krampus, which is like the weirdest thing that anyone could decide to be, right? I mean, it's kind of like creepy. It's kind of messed up. Like, Tracy, why would you do that? Oh, weird. That's actually not even showing up as a clickable link for me. Oh, yeah. Let's make sure to state what our links are before people click on them in case it's something someone doesn't want to see. We don't want to traumatize Yuki. But yeah, oh, those are so cool. So creepy. Yuki, you probably don't need to look at those. They're creepy. They're awesome, but they're creepy. Oh yeah, I guess Yuki knows better than to click on links unanticipatedly. Yeah, I went on a little bit of like just looking up general like Krampus pictures before I started this, and man, there's some spooky ass freaking people out there. Like some of the Krampus cosplays. Did you see those, Rogue? Like, oh my god, so freaking cool and creepy at this like black metal style, like you know what I mean? Like just goblin Krampus, like so freaky. I also need to look up pony play shoes, shoes that have the little like hooves built in, because theoretically I know how they work, but I don't really know how they look like enough to like make it look like that's clearly what she's wearing. It's something I didn't really think of before streaming, and just thinking of it now. If anyone has any gumption to like throw a link in chat, I would appreciate that. There's a Krampus parade. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. All the pictures from the Krampus parade. Oh man, they're so freaky. They're awesome, but they're so freaky. So you could imagine, right, the idea of like someone wanting to like do that, but sexy. Like, you know how like on Halloween people are like, there's like a sexy version of everything. People are like, I'm gonna be a sexy bumblebee. I'm a sexy unicorn. I'm a sexy giraffe. You know what I mean? Like, but like a sexy Krampus. Whoa, whoa. You got one? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, totally. All right. So, right. The idea is that the heels are like attached into the ball of the foot. So it makes you able to like stand on your toes. And then some of them actually have like hooves attached to the front. Some of them are like elongated, you know, to make them almost stilt like. So I think the ones that Tracy's wearing are basically like stilt-ish. Stiltish. Stop being so stiltish. So my question is, do we want her wearing a shirt under this? I mean, it's already pretty freaking revealing. Am I going too far? Should she be wearing like a bra or a shirt or something? Or should it just be that she's just wearing this just like that because that's her style and she thinks it's hilarious? Heck no. Heck no, what? These are cool cosplay hoof shoes. Yeah. J Squared says heck no. Are you talking about the cosplay hoof shoes or are you talking about her wearing a shirt? Whoa, those are really cool, Rogue. That's so crazy, man. If I had those, I would wear them everywhere. People would be so weirded out by me, but I don't care. It's Tracy. No shit, all the surface. Yeah, I guess like so. My thoughts are, I want to make this like a card that I can send to like people, like our, send a signed print of it to our Oneshi Press patrons. Present company notwithstanding. So, I wanted to also be like, I don't want it to be something that like, you know, 4 out of 5 of our patrons are going to be like, I can never show that to anyone, and I don't know where that line is. I don't know like what people will think is funny and be cool with and what people will be like just too freaked out by. I mean, I have to assume if someone's a patron of ours that they know what Lindsay writes about, they know like my drawing style, they know us, right? So they probably must be okay with most of the stuff we do, right? Is that a safe assumption? I don't know. She'll at least be wearing underwear. Man, pelvises can be really freaking hard if you don't nail it on the first like attempt. It could be so hard to figure out what's wrong with it, and like you just end up like tweaking back and forth to try and get it into perspective and like looking right. At least for me, anyway. I think a lot of it though is honestly shading. So like some of it might be like, oh, it's not working, it's not working. Then as soon as you go to color it, it's like, oh wait, it's working. Well, maybe that just means that I'm covering up the mistake with good shading, which might be a weakness on my part. I don't know. It's hard to know. I doubt you'd wear them everywhere. Yeah, the pain my feet would be in. But maybe if I wore them everywhere, I mean, like, I would just get used to it. Like, maybe my feet would just, like, form extra calluses and tendons in all the right places, you know? Imagine driving in them. Imagine getting pulled over by a cop and then being like, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle. And then you're just, like, wearing, like, horse hooves. Like, really realistic looking ones. Just like, what the? I'm gonna need to give you a drug test right now, buddy. Yeah, I'm fine. Man, I need to go. Man, you need to let me off. Yeah, it's a safer picture compared to her profession for sure. I think those that follow you know what kind of character she is. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think so. And you know, nothing about her is meant to be like disrespectful or anything like that. Some people just have issues with things, you know. Some people like just don't like certain things, and you know, I'm not gonna change them, but I'm also not gonna change myself for them necessarily. I mean, I always try to be like accommodating when it's reasonable, but I should not be too accommodating, I guess, is my takeaway. I mean, if it's funny and it's well drawn and it's just a little on the sexy side, I mean, I don't necessarily want to shy away from that. Like, it's just hard because, like, as a guy, I like just grew up like hearing about how guys are assholes and disrespect women, and like I'm like want to make sure that I'm not being like disrespectful by like making this character who is liberated and who is able to be that way without being an object, without being objectified, at least not in a way that is disrespectful to her. I didn't write the character, I didn't make her up, so I guess I shouldn't be too afraid, but it still feels a little weird. Like I'm just always a little worried that like people might take it the wrong way and think that I'm being like disrespectful or something. I guess I worry too much. Though the pack being seen as a little reindeer would be cute. Oh, Oh, in Rendaria and Children of Gaia, there's all different kinds because there's 5 seasons, one for each of the Rendarian Eternals, and each of the Rendarian Eternals represents something different. So every 5 years, so like, 1 year would be like, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. But then there's season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5. So in season 1 on year 1, it's a big celebration. In season 2 on year 2, it's a big celebration, etc. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Chinese zodiacs, how they go in months and years. So when it's like the same month as the year, it's like a big deal. Maybe it's not Chinese that does that. I could chart it out on paper a lot easier than I could explain it, but yeah, I'm sure like whatever like the winter season would be, whatever eternal would represent that season. Every 5 years, when it comes around to that eternal's year, it would be like a huge celebration for an entire season. So they have like seasonal holidays that rotate basically. It's complicated, but once you understand it, it's actually pretty simple. Like if you saw it on like a wheel, you'd be like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. There's only 5. There's 5 seasons and 5 years. And they just cycle around, and wherever they line up. Yeah. It's again, it's complicated to summarize out loud, but it's like really easy to visualize. Like I think I could show it a lot easier than I could say it. So there's Neridia, Ishtara. Actually, I can. It's like a leap year almost. Yeah. Um, actually, factually, let's check this out. Since you're a patron, you actually can download the Eternals of Gaia. And in the Eternals of Gaia, it has the explanations of the 5 Terran Eternals, but also the 5 Rendarian Eternals. And the 5 Rendarian Eternals are the ones that I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find this link real quick. Yeah, I got it. So you have to be a $5 and up patron to download this. And that has all 10 of the Eternals. 5 of them are Rendarian. The female ones are Rendarian. So anyone that's a patron can download that for free. It's got a sweet little PDF that explains some shit. So you can see like the 5 females, like Eblanara, Ishtara, Neridia, Zolaria, and Turanara. So like 1 year would be like the year of Neridia. And when it gets around to the season of Neridia, in the year of Neridia, that entire season is like a celebration. Then the next year would be like Turanara, and it would go through all 5 seasons. And when it gets to the season of Turanara, in the year of Turanara, it would be a huge celebration. So every year, one season is a celebration to a different Eternal. And which season rotates along with the years, if that makes sense. You're a $10 pat? Yeah, you can definitely download it. I think it's for $5 and up. I'm pretty sure it's for anyone over 5. It should be. Should be able to, yeah. Post for $5 patrons and up. So if you're logged in and you click on that link, you'll be able to download it and check it out. And that could be really fun to think about and like design. I just haven't. It's something that like I have the idea of, but I haven't like sat down and like done illustrations and designs of like, yeah, I wonder what it would actually look like, if they were celebrating this person this year. The thing is, it would be different in every nation. So like, if you were in Danrock, you might celebrate, the the holiday of Neridia, the season of Neridia and the year of Neridia differently than someone from Mythera, or like especially smaller nations like Danrock and Mythera are probably more similar because they're both great nations. But like smaller tribes would probably have a totally different way of celebrating. Like that's the whole thing with smaller tribes. They can do things however they want. That's why they're not part of the great nations. So how is the actual platform? I mean, right now, I guess it's streaming through YouTube, right? So I guess it's as good as YouTube is. It has nothing to do with like how good Watch Me Work is. And the real test will be if I can figure out how to set up OBS. So I guess hopefully I'll probably do like a test stream sometime during the middle of the week just to try and get OBS set up. And I guess we'll see like how that goes. I think if I can stream with OBS on this platform, I'll be a lot happier about it. Or, I mean, at least if I could just figure out some better options for Google Hangouts. Like, it just seems so basic. ISAC. Yeah, it's nice, but doing a quick look around on the website has little to no info, and you kind of have to know where everything is already. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's also, I think it's brand new. So, yeah, like how people have Hanukkah, Christmas, Yule, Ramadan, Kwanzaa. Like, there's all those, like, but they're all basically, you know, the celebration of the solstice, right? And being halfway through the winter, halfway through the dark. Like, hey, we're halfway done with winter and some of us are still alive. That's really what it's celebrating. I mean, if we go like old school, it's like, wow, you're still alive and winter's halfway over. Let's drink to that. Woo! It's probably where gift giving comes from too. It's like, hey, what are we gonna do with all of Johnny's stuff? I don't know. Let's just give it away to everyone that's still alive. I joke, but I mean seriously. Like, you know, way back in the day, winters were a different thing than they are now, with like heating and insulation and like nanotech freaking fiber clothing and all that stuff. Not to mention like antibiotics. Harvest is better. Yeah, because look at all this food we grew. Right. And wine and all that stuff, right? I win. I don't drink beer. Still win. Actually, now he wins twice as much. You can have all of Rouge's beer. Oh yeah, J Squared is here, and I mean this isn't like on Twitch, so there's like we're basically the only people here right now, so now would be a perfect time. So Rouge was talking about the idea of doing a like creative Secret Santa, right? And trying to figure out how to codify it so that whoever is involved in the Secret Santa, that we can guarantee each person gets hooked up with a different person. So it won't be like, so J Squared and Rouge Rogue can't get hooked up with each other. Like if J Squared gets Rouge Rogue and Rouge Rogue gets Yuki and Yuki gets Locust and Locust gets Jayel and Jayel gets someone else, you know what I mean? Like there's got to be a way to randomize that with safety control to prevent people from getting paired with each other. And we were thinking like, that could be a really cool thing to do, and then we could all stream it, and like maybe even come up with like a hashtag for it or something. What just happened? Arc Enther has joined the room. Oh, cool. What's that about? Let's see what this is about. Arc Enther, hi. Can you hear me, or do I need to like type to you? Oh, you're muted. Let me unmute you. What is this? Yeah. So everyone that's here right now, and myself included, none of us have ever been on Watch Me Work before. All right. So it seems like I cannot hear Arc Anther. Maybe we just need to type to him or her, them. Oh, you've never used it before either. Okay. Do you just not have a mic, or oh, you're muted but you can hear me. Okay, cool. Oh, that's awesome. Is that like a muscly Yoda? Is that like a young Yoda, or like Yoda Hulk? What's going on there? It's awesome. And then you got some like really cool like, was that like a mammoth on a furry dragon looking thing? It's got something of a Dr. Seuss feel to it, the drawing on the left. Yeah, it looks really cool. I don't know. Can you see my chat also? Yuki is saying that your art looks really cool. Rouge Rogue said cool arts. I don't have headphones, so if I turn on the mic, there's a loop. Ah. Yeah, so I don't have headphones on either, but and I have my mic on. I just have my volume really low on my computer. And I have my own stream is muted, so it won't hear me in return. You're drawing toys? Awesome. Yuki thinks it's a squirrel. Yeah, it's a little small. I can't really see it that well. Maybe I should full screen it. Whoa, cool. Okay, I see. That's its tail. Now I see. Now that I'm zoomed in. And it's got a skull. Wow. Oh, so is that like a mashup between those two toys? Ha. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah. Awesome. Have you ever streamed before, or you just never streamed on Watch Me Work before? Never streamed at all. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I stream on Twitch normally, and this is my first time streaming here. I just heard about it. So I'm still getting used to it too, and I think I'm gonna change my setup a little bit. Instead of streaming through Google Hangouts, I'm gonna try to stream through OBS if I can get that figured out. OBS is open broadcast software, and it allows you to do more things. Like I can have a webcam pointed at my work and a webcam pointed at me, and the slideshow of previous work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can just set it up all modified. Oh, wait. I can kind of hear you. I'm going to turn off my music. Oh, I know what's happening.
All right, so I tried unmuting my mic. I don't know if that works or not.
Yeah, I hear you, but now I think I also hear my stream coming through your stream. Yeah, it's making a little bit of a... Maybe if you just turn down your computer volume just a little bit.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I can hear myself on your computer. All right, I think as long as the computer volume is just low enough that your mic doesn't pick up on it, this way, like, the mic can hear you, but not your own speakers. You know, that's like the trick. The mic is too sensitive, yeah. Oh, did you mute it? Okay. Well, it's worth a shot to mess with things, right? Yeah, and that's the other thing, like with open broadcast software, OBS, like there's ways to put what's called like a noise gate on the mic so that anything below a certain decibel, it just mutes, you know? Later you'll try to find headphones. Yeah, I should probably do that too, honestly. Oh, Rouge was saying if I ever tried that, it wouldn't work because my mic is right over my speaker. Yeah, I have my mic is between my two speakers, but my speakers point outward, and my mic points directly at me. So I try to just keep my mic like at the sensitivity where it can hear me, but not my speakers, and just keep my music low enough. But sometimes it doesn't work. You know, and like every time I'm on like a different platform or using a different technology, it's like I have to figure it out all over again, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. To be honest, like I was like kind of dreading. I'm like, oh man, I'm finally like know how to stream on Twitch. Now I'm gonna try this like new streaming software. I'm gonna have to like learn all over again. Sometimes I just think I take things a little too seriously. Wasted the first half hour of the stream just trying to unmirror and flip the webcam. Yeah, I think I wasted the first half hour of the stream trying to figure out just how to get Google Hangouts to see what I'm working on in Photoshop. And I was hoping that it would be able to also see me in a webcam, but it was like one or the other. Oh yeah, when you try to figure out sound when no one's there, it's like it's a mess. And like every time I have like a Windows update, I have to redo all of my sound for some reason. I don't know why. It's like Windows intentionally just like hates my microphone or something. Windows is like, oh, did you want that to work? Nerd. I'm like, Windows, why are you so mean? Shut up, nerd. I'm windowing. Windows like slaps the mic out of my hand and walks away. And like slaps the mics out of my hand, like crushes a beer on its head and walks away. Sounds like most of us who stream. Yeah. Oh, Windows. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm using friggin' like Windows 7 and it still holds up pretty darn well. You know, like it's pretty amazing. I'm still using Windows 7 actually. One of these days, I'm gonna have to like figure out exactly how to sell organs on the black market so that I can like afford new stuff. It's gonna be awesome. Like I know in theory that I could like sell a kidney, but like how do I actually do it? Like who do I talk to? Do I just like stand outside a hospital with a sign like, "Hey, is insurance not covering your new kidney? Buy me a new computer. It'll be way cheaper." We'll trade kidney for technology. I don't know, maybe kidney's the wrong thing. I don't know how like in demand kidneys are. Is it like kidney season yet? Under organs slash cannibalism, Kijiji. Nice. Oh, cannibalism. I didn't even think of that. That's like human kidney, right? That's probably like some like really top shelf like delicacy. And you get like celebrity chefs to like cook you like a human organ for like $2 million a freaking plate, right? Like Gordon Ramsay will cook my kidney for $2 million. I believe the liver regrows itself when they take half to help someone else. Yeah, you can donate like up to like half your liver, right? And like a lobe is considered like a fourth of your liver. And normally you don't need to give more than a lobe. Um, so like that's why liver is kind of like cheap. Like liver is like peasant rich, you know? Like if you're wealthy and you want to eat human organs cooked by celebrity chefs, you're kind of like the loser at like the rich club if you eat liver, you know? The wealthy, you know, look down on liver eaters. They're like, "Oh, you poor thing. You must have just gotten rich recently." Lol. No, and I don't mean like upper middle class rich. I mean like owns a multinational bank rich, you know. I'm not trying to knock on people who are like just comfortable. Like it's okay to be comfortable. I wish I was. I'm just jealous. Well, I think I've got Tracy sketched out. Tracy as Krampus. Oh no, I need to give her horns and a tail. Woo! Snacks. I want snacks. You walked in on snacks, J squared. Nice. So snacks, exactly. So I have 3 anonymous followers and a J squared. How do I follow people? Oh, you can't even like click on people's names in chat? Wah. This is hard. I'm gonna follow myself on accident, and then everyone's gonna be like, "What are you following yourself for, nerd?" I'm gonna be like, "Stop calling me that." Just that line from Revenge of the Nerds is actually just stuck in my head, where like the jock walks up and like slaps the book out of the kid's hands and like, what you reading for, nerd? It's like, yep, that is everything that is wrong with our world right now. Ableism. Okay, so this is friggin' hilarious. I'm digging on this picture. I need to figure out how her horns and maybe fake ears or ear extensions work. So maybe her ear extensions, yeah, just like over her real ears, right? Like just kind of just ear cuff things. That drawing is looking sweet, especially the feet. Oh, thank you so much. It's so I wanted to do like our character Tracy Queen. She's like crazy. She's just a really, really fun character. And so we had the idea of like doing like a Christmas like card or holidays card rather that we can send out to our patrons. And we were like, oh, like let's do like Tracy Queen. And we're like, oh, it'd be really funny if she was like dressed up for Christmas. And I think like a couple years ago we did one of her wearing like sexy Santa lingerie, kind of, like just like Christmas themed like lingerie basically. And like so we are like, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if we had her dressed up as like Krampus instead? Like so we're doing like her dressed up as like a sexy Krampus. And then Nikola, her best friend, is gonna be just standing there like staring at her with his mouth open, like dropping like all the Christmas ornaments on the floor. That's my idea anyway. Sometimes when I'm working on things, like it changes as I'm working on it, but those are my thoughts. Yeah, I think at the very least it'll be fun. Yeah, so she's an original character of mine and Lindsay Lag, Lindsay G. I don't know where she is here. I think she is Lindsay G here. Lindsay Lag, okay. So yeah, Lindsay Lag wrote the character, and I designed the character, you know, visually. So we're both kind of just grooving on this. I was thinking to do something Krampus related this year, actually, if I get around to do it. Yeah, Krampus is definitely like the way to go, I think. Krampus is, how like things get popular and then like the bubble bursts. I think Krampus is like still kind of up and coming. Like it's not so popular that it's uncool anymore. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't quite hit its stride yet. I think this year I suspect that there's going to be a lot of like Krampus things. Because still a lot of people that I talk to are like, what is Krampus? Like it's still kind of, being discovered by, like mainstream, at least in the States. Granted, in some countries it's like been well established from forever, for many years. I knew about Krampus since I was a sophomore year of high school. Jayel does many arts and has like what 3 ongoing projects? Yeah, it's true. Graphic novel, a comic book, and an art book series, I would say. Thanks, Rogue. Yeah, so this is like one of Tracy Queen is one of the series, and we have a ongoing graphic novel that we're releasing in 8-page installments. Every 3 months we have an anthology that we put out, and the anthology has like 8 pages of Tracy Queen, 8 pages of Pack, and then like a bunch of other 8-page shorts from people that submit to us. And then, once we get like X amount of pages done for Tracy, we'll put it together in a graphic novel and then start on the next issue. So right now, I actually finished the first issue of Tracy Queen, but we're still just releasing it in 8-page installments for the moment. Because we're really trying to make the anthology like a happening thing, but we need to have enough work for each issue. So time releasing our work is a helpful way to do that. Yeah, please do. Look up Oneshi Press too if you're interested in our stuff. Like we sometimes will print like what we call like artist spotlights. So like we'll have like a page in one of our anthologies that'll just have like artwork from another artist that we like, and so I like to work with other people and collaborate and help other people get their artwork published. I was thinking that other guy who kills noisy children with a sickle but can't remember his name. I thought that was Krampus. Oh no, Krampus like kidnaps them, right? I don't know if he kills them. Maybe he does. There's a bunch of dudes like that. It's pretty weird. Um, Oneshi Press, yeah. First Krampus, now there's a guy who kills kids. Why does so many monsters hate kids? Krampus kidnaps and kills kids, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that there's another monster like that out there. Yeah. Sorry, Yuki. I don't know. I guess some kids are just really annoying. I guess. I don't know. And monsters, man. Like that the whole thing with monsters, like bad monsters, is that they're really bad. So like what's the worst thing someone could do is like harm the innocent, right? Small animals and children. Like you want to make a monster that's like super bad and super scary. That's the secret. Make it prey on the innocent. Now, Yuki's next question is why would someone want to make something super scary? That I can't answer. It's just something that some people like, and it's not for everyone. It's definitely not for Yuki. Yuki never watched Supernatural. Carry on my wayward son. Yuki has an innocent soul, for sure. Um, it was the legend around Père Fouettard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I won't try. I watched Superman and Super Sentai. Very different. All right, so Tracy's gonna need. So Krampus normally also wears like shackles, right? Like he like escaped or something. Like I don't know. I feel like I've seen that in a lot of Krampus art. But I don't know. Do I want to like add shackles here? I feel like one too many details might just like. He does have chains, yeah, shackles, like what they just let him out once a year, that kind of thing. So the rest of the time he's chained up, or is it that like he escaped? Krampus. He hardly know us. What? Saint Nicholas forced Le Pierre Fautard to become his assistant as punishment for his crimes. Who knew Santa was like some sort of cop, right? Wow, your Children of Gaia stuff is awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Children of Gaia I've been working on since I was like 12 with a partner. And we now have like 6 people working on it with us. And that was when I started it with Chris. It was like 93. So yeah, we've got a lot of development on that. It's very fun. Yeah, so Santa is clearly some kind of cop. He doesn't just like reward good behavior, he also like arrests monsters, I guess. But then he also like lets them out once a year or something. So like, I don't know. It's weird. Um I will have to take a closer look later. Yeah, cool. Thanks for now. I have to take off. Oh, well, thank you so much for hanging out. Should I post a link to your Discord in here? Yeah, if you want to, for sure. Yeah, anyone can join the Discord. That's totally awesome. But I think Arganther's actually gone already. Lol. What are you lulling at? Lol at? Oh, at, because ats don't work here. Why are you lulling at me? I'm not lulling at you, I'm lulling at at. Lulling at at? What does it mean? I feel bad if I had known that Arcanther was actually had to get going. I would have asked more about what Arcanther does. I was just kind of like not thinking about it, you know. But it's kind of cool. The platform allows people to like just join in on like your page or channel. It didn't seem very intrusive either. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. What'd you guys think of that? Like if one of you guys was streaming on here with me, we could like stream like that together, you know. Theoretically, I guess. I mean, if you wanted to. I don't think, bruh. You know this already. Thanks again, and talk to you later. Oh, yeah. Nah, there's still wasting time here. I'm not sure we'll. I'm sure we'll meet up again. um, I should be gone though. I have people coming for supper. Awesome. Enjoy supper. Thanks so much for popping by and hanging out. Oh, I get it. I asked what you think, and you were like, I don't think. I see. So now Nikola, of course, being who he is, I think he would be dressed up like as an actual like Christmas thing. Um, maybe either wearing an ugly sweater or dressed as a Christmas elf, which I think because he's a little raccoon, the Christmas elf thing might be really funny because he's like tiny. Either that or like wearing a Christmas sweater with a Santa hat, like something a bit more like traditional. Because I think the joke is he's just gonna be like staring at Tracy like, what the hell? Elf in an ugly sweater? I mean, elves are already kind of in ugly sweaters, right? All right, so we'll just go all out, sure. Do the elf thing and the ugly sweater thing. Oh yeah, so Secret Santa, J Square. Did you have any thoughts on some kind of like? I know you're really good with like plugins and algorithms, like little programs and apps that have like things like that. Do you have any thoughts on how we could like orchestrate something where we put people's names in a thing and like do this like Secret Santa creative thing that could like help keep it organized for us? Because part of the problem is time, right? Like we don't necessarily want to like figure out this big long convoluted thing. It should be like, hey, everyone, just put your name in, and then we click a button and it randomizes us. Like also, do we want to make it like Twitch wide, or do we want to make it like only for people in Dre Crew? Do we want to make it like just for whoever we're friends with and that's it? Like, do we want to make it exclusive? Secret Santa does sound fun, right, Yuki? I think it sounds like a great idea. I think the only thing about it that sounds challenging is just the notion that it's like we have to figure it out. And that's not challenging. It's just like if there was an easy way to like sign up and just automatically be like included in this, raffle almost idea, of like you don't know who you're going to get paired up with, and then it pairs you up with someone. Totally random, but with a safeguard against people getting double paired. J squared is not answering. J squared is gone. An elf in an ugly sweater. So Secret Santa. Secret Santa sounds fun. Maybe you could use a random name picker site and then take out the names as it picks them. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just figured I know J squared builds websites, and I was thinking he might be like, oh yeah, you could use this plugin for your WordPress site and just have people sign up here, and then it'll automatically, let them know who they're paired with or something like that. Like in case we wanted to do it with a lot of people, or like make it something that we could keep track of for like posterity. I don't know. Maybe my problem is I overcomplicate things. If there isn't something simple to do that with, sure, we'll just put names in a hat and draw them out, and that's fine. That's all it has to be. I just thought it'd be cool if we could like think tank something a little. Yeah, I mean, J squared totally comes up with things. That's like what he does. He's really good at that stuff. I don't know how like someone could be that good at that stuff, but he's really good at it. So, just ask him. But it appears that he's not here. So I guess I missed it. I missed the opportunity. We'll just start a Discord, like multi-person message system thing. What do you call it? Group chat. I'll do a group chat with you, me, and J squared, and we'll figure it out. He's not on Discord. Okay. Yeah, his internet might have died again. He was having some kind of problems with his like connection because he has this like crazy like business internet connection. So I think it's like a single, what do you call it? Like single service, like it's connected directly to him, which is great in theory, except when it goes down, it's like a big pain in the neck for him. I think something like that. I might be wrong on the specifics. I might be gumming up this idea a little bit. It might be just like too complicated. Might need to simplify it. I'm not sure how though. We'll see. Maybe I just need to find my lines. Refine them a little. And go watch some anime and finish up an art thing. So talk to you later. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'm probably gonna call it done in like a couple minutes anyway. 10 minutes or something. Yeah, is pretty scared, but also kind of just like shocked. Like, what? Tracy, you're so weird. It's like a little bit of what he's thinking, I think. But yeah, I guess he's not really like scared of her, just more surprised. Like just surprised at how weird she is. You're on Discord if you need it. Cool. Yeah. I'll probably be I'll send a message like to both you and J squared, like as a group chat thing, group message, if that's okay. Yeah, I think he thought she was going to be something cute. Like, he thought she was going to be like Mrs. Claus or something. And instead she's Krampus. And he's just like, what? Nikola is so cute, right? I was just thinking, like, this is going to be really funny because he's so extra cute and she's so extra weird. It's just going to be like, I think there's something kind of fun about the odd pairing. But it also starts off with her being kind of like this, not normal, but like she's not as like powerful feeling about herself in the beginning. She's not as empowered. And Nikola is like a bad guy almost in the beginning. Like he breaks into her grandfather's warehouse to do drugs. Like he's really messed up. Like he steals like from her basically. And through time of them knowing each other, she becomes more empowered and liberated, and he becomes more like innocent and sweet. So like there's an exchange in their character development um, that I think is nice. They both definitely clearly get something out of knowing each other. She becomes stronger, he becomes sweeter. Well, he only starts off as poor Nikola, but she also starts off as poor Tracy. So they both help each other get out of that. But yeah, he's got some bad problems in the beginning, and it's tough for him. Especially tough because it's not really his fault. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And it gets him into a lot of trouble. So it's very sympathetic. Should I make him have maybe, let's see, maybe a little collar underneath? Maybe he'll have like a green shirt on and red tights and green golf shoes. I think this will be funny. Okay, well, I think this does it for my sketch. I think when I come back to work on this next, probably next Monday, I'll work on this again on Watch Me Work. Oh, that might be cutting it close. I might need to finish it before then. We'll see. So for an elf hat, what else should he have? Would it just be basically like a little Santa hat? All right, I think sketch for right now. Maybe I'll try to just figure out a quick little background idea. Nah, I'm not doing that. I might need to come back and figure that out. Hello. So I'm just roughing in this background right now just to get like a little idea so that later on when I come back to it, I can just, hit the ground running and like already know what I'm supposed to be doing next time. I like to leave a project, like if I know I'm going to take some time off and come back to it, I like to try and leave it with like a little bit of like almost like direction, like a little bit worked out for what I do next time when I come back. This way, when I come back, I don't have to be like, oh, right, what was I doing? How do I want to finish this? It's like already like, oh, yeah, that's what I was in the middle of. I'll do that. All right. I think I'm prepared to call this a well worked out sketch. And with that said, I think I'm prepared to call this a stream. I think the next thing might actually be putting a tree in the shot. But I don't know. I don't want to make it too Christmassy. Like I want it to also be like for anyone's holidays. Eh. I mean, maybe the funny thing to do would be to also like put a menorah on the table. And like really sell this concept that like they're just having fun with the holidays. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have their own like heritage or cultural roots or anything like strongly binding them. They're just like, hey, whatever. We're modern people in the modern world. We don't know what we're doing. You know, some people do. We don't. Like a lot of people also feel that way. Like people that don't necessarily have like strong religious or cultural ties. I want to do holiday stuff, but I don't know which stuff. Big Magic has joined the room. How's it going, Big Magic? What are you working on? I'm not sure if you have a microphone on, but if you do, I cannot hear you. I'm gonna try pausing my music and turning my speakers up. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna assume you don't have a mic on. Hey, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Type in the chat just in case you can't hear me. No, you have everything muted. Oh, okay. Looks interesting. Thanks. I guess you can't hear me. Hmm. So this is kind of like what I'm doing right now is just going in and putting in like sort of outlines, just neatening up my sketch really. But I'm still going to erase the lines that I'm drawing right now. Well, not erase them, I'm going to turn them off. My final lines will be on a separate layer. I just want to make sure that my background is like neater than this now that I have it worked out. So I do like layers of refinement. Like the first sketch is like super sloppy. The second sketch that I'm doing now is like, you know, a good deal neater. But then like next time I'm streaming, when I'm actually doing like my what I call my hard lines, that's gonna be like way neat, you know, like really crisp and you know, I'll be making that like for print quality. What are you working on? Oh, I guess you probably still can't hear me and I can't type very well. I could see that being problematic. All right, well, I think this might be enough of an idea that I can come back to this next time and just kind of like rock and roll. All right, guys, I'm gonna end. Thank you so much for hanging out. Everybody, take care. All right, guys, I'm gonna end. Thank you so much for hanging out. Everybody, take care. Am I still streaming? Why am I still live? I'm trying to figure this out.